Last time on Cryptopolis, we finished the Nature Auras mod quest line in the pack. This guy right here. We created these different little catalysts, the transmutation catalyst and the crumbling catalyst. We made our way into making some of the crystals needed for applied energistics. We went through some offering to the gods. We did a little bit more crafting, and we ended the episode doing some compact crafting for Mekanism. Now, looking at the two different mod packs, or quest lines, I should say, it says choosing paths. So Mekanism or Nature's Aura. Nature's Aura ends with us making the Certus Quartz and the Fluix Crystal. Mekanism also ends with us making the Certus Quartz and the Fluix Crystal. Looking through these, the way that we make these, we can make these in an offering to the gods, but we will have to make the Fluix Dust, which has to be done in the natural altar. The Certus Quartz has to be done with the Ingot of the Skies, and the Ingot of the Skies has to be done with either infused iron or tainted gold, which has to be done in the natural altar with iron or gold. So there would be quite a bit to automate if we wanted to go this process. So looking back a couple episodes ago, we had talked about using Mekanism. So now we're going to dive in Mekanism, and we left off with making the infused alloys. The quest line, it looks like we need to stick osmium with 20 millibuckets of redstone, which is going to be 2 stacks of redstone to do a stack of osmium. And we're going to go ahead and do this because we have 60,000 osmium. And we will go ahead and speed this up, making a bunch of these different basic control circuits, and doing this will unlock the enrichment chamber. The enrichment chamber will allow us to start making reinforced alloy because we need diamond. Diamond dust or enriched diamonds. The diamond dust can be made in a crusher with diamonds. It can be made in a pulverizer with diamonds, or of course the crushing wheels from Create. Or if we do the enriched diamond, which I missed the click there, we can do that in the enrichment chamber, which gives us a diamond to an enriched diamond. The reason I say this is different is because one of them we have to crush it, one of them we just get the enriched diamond. We'd have to crush it and then bring it back into this machine. So, let's look at the enrichment chamber. Enrichment chamber. Basically, we just need the enrichment chamber, not the enrichment factory. Steel casing, some iron, pretty basic stuff. Now, this in and of itself is a pretty basic machine. We can put diamonds in here. It will make the enriched diamonds for us one at a time. What we can do, of course, is we can make the different factories, which you saw right here. The basic enriching factory uses the basic control circuits and makes it a little bit better. Using the advanced control circuits, some osmium, we can make a secondary. And advanced, we have the elite, and then of course the ultimate, which we haven't gotten into. There are also these installers, basic tier installer, advanced, elite, and ultimate. These are another way of upgrading these machines after you've already placed them down. But since we have the basic control circuits and the infused alloys, I think it's safe for us to go ahead and make this enrichment chamber, which should go from 1 slot to 3 slots. Yes, and we can turn the auto sort on. This is very similar to the furnace that we have down here, that we made from the Iron Furnace mod, where this will take multiple items. And I believe every time we upgrade this thing, it gets a couple more slots. So we go from 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9, I believe is the max. And so what we can do now is we can take some diamonds, which we should have quite a few of these, and we can just throw them in here. And slowly but surely it is going to create for us the diamond, enriched diamond. And of course we can speed this up like we did before with the time in the bottle, because this has over 40 hours in it. I might as well use it. We also have speed upgrades from Mekanism, these guys right here, that are made with osmium dust, glass, and these infused alloys. We can make these, which will make the machines faster. Of course, we would also have to do the energy upgrades to offset the energy cost, which is gold dust. So what I am going to go ahead and do is get ourselves a crusher made so that we can actually make these upgrades. Looks like we can make, well, we can do it in the pulverizer, which we have a pulverizer right here. We have a pyrolyzer. Do I have another pulverizer? I do not. You know what? It's fine. We're gonna make the crusher. It's fine. Just like that, we have ourselves a crusher. Very, very easy for us to make, and I believe the crusher, is it called the crushing factory? Yes, the crushing factory can be upgraded, so we might as well do it. Might as well start getting these to the tier 2 upgrades. So, with the crushing factory set up, we're going to grab ourselves some of this and some osmium, and we're going to get this all crushed up. We'll have the auto sort on. Little loud. And while this is going on, I'm going to go ahead and get some more redstone and some more iron in this bad boy for more infused alloys. So, we have some speed and energy upgrades. You can see that this is using 60 FE per tick, and if I put in the speed upgrade, you can shift right click them in there, and now this is using 6,000 redstone or FE per tick, and now it's down to 600. So you can uninstall these upgrades. You can put in the machines. You can go into this little upgrade slot, and it will tell you that this accepts speed, it accepts energy, and it accepts muffling upgrades. We don't need the muffling because we have the muffling mod, and you can put up to 8 speed and energy in here. The speed upgrades will make it run 10 times faster. The energy will have a 10 times energy effect. And we got ourselves quite a bit of stuff there. Osmium, we're going to go ahead and smelt another round of that. And then I am going to put another round of iron and redstone just because of how this goes. Now, running with Mekanism, we're probably going to want to get ourselves potentially another data module for the witch. These we can get redstone with, and at the moment, you know, we've got plenty of redstone, but we're running through it relatively quickly. And as we can see, the prediction is working for the wither skeleton, and if we look in here, we've actually got ourselves almost 1,000 wither skulls, which is very nice indeed. That's awesome. So what we might do is make another data module, which is going to need a null block, which I have just enough stuff for it. And during the night time, I can go and try to find myself some witches, I believe. I don't know if we can actually spawn this. It doesn't look like. We could do the altar of birthing from nature's aura. And I don't really know anything about the altar of birthing. That's actually quite the process to do everything that we would need to do through nature's aura. I'm just going to go outside the mega torches that I have under the feral flare lanterns, try to find myself a witch, and go that route. I know they're a rare spawn, but they should spawn, and we can actually start getting ourselves excess of redstone, as I said. Maybe they spawn? They gotta spawn, right? It's a natural spawning mob. The only other thing we could do is have villagers get struck by lightning, but I don't think there's any villages. I've flown around this map a little bit. They do spawn. Look at that. We flew a ways out, but we found one. So now, we can throw that in the deep learner. And we did it. Right? Yeah, we've got one. All I need is 5 more. I don't think I can put this data module in the deep learner unless it has a tier. We're going to try it out because it's almost daytime. That should really make a clock. Just so I know what time it is. I hope this thing works in the nether, but we did find a witch. Yeah, so unfortunately, we can't do it this way. We have to have a basic model or better module. So, I cannot tell what time it is because the clock is going nuts. So, I'm going to go hang around out in the overworld for a while and get ourselves a witch data module that is going to produce for us some redstone so we don't have to worry about running out of redstone. We do have the system set up to where the shards are being made, right? The nether shards are being made and crafted, but you know. All right. Now it's just a waiting game. But we did it. We got a basic, very basic. We killed 6 witches. That took almost an hour and a half of just sitting here twiddling my thumbs. But look at that. We actually have a witch prediction on the first one. I can't believe that did that. What I want to do is I want to take the generalized overworld prediction and put it in with the rest of my other predictions here, so that it has a spot, and then over here in the loot fabricator, I'm going to put this in and choose redstone. We're going to go ahead and put this back with the pipe upgrade in it. And that should be all we need. We should be able to let this run, and we should be getting ourselves a bunch of predictions. Eventually, we will get up to the different tiers, and we'll actually get ourselves quite a bit of redstone as this thing collects data. But back to what we were working on over here, and that is we need powdered obsidian, which we can get in the enrichment chamber from regular obsidian. Which I believe we just need 16 of it. This is a crushing factory. Let us go ahead and get... I believe I messed up and already have... Yeah, we already have speed upgrades, so we just need energy upgrades. We have a little bit of powdered obsidian, and now we should be able to make a refined obsidian, which is done in the metallurgic infuser with a diamond, very similar to the reinforced alloy. Nice. A half a stack of this enriched iron has given us quite a bit of stuff here where we have managed to get ourselves the different control circuits and stuff. What I need to do is probably craft up some stuff now with the control circuits. We have basic control circuits, so we need the advanced. What do I need for you? I need the atomic alloys, which is going to be the refined obsidian. So I can put more infused alloys in here, which I only have 12. I don't want to dump the excess. So if you have stuff in here that you want to get rid of, you just hit dump. So we are going to take the enrichment chamber, and I'm going to enrich 16 of these. One enriched is 80 millibuckets, as opposed to the 10 that this would normally give, or 20. So we're going to throw that in there, and 8 of those. There we go. And so it looks like 2 enriched obsidian will give us the atomic alloy. And then the last thing that we need, of course, is the ultimate control circuit. We're probably going to need more of these, but for the quests, that's all we need. We need an osmium compressor. Okay. Which means I need 2 of these. Which means I need more of the redstone and iron for the infused stuff. Now, it's a stack and a stack. We could go into the enriching factory and enrich the obsidian. Or, I'm sorry, enrich the redstone. As I said, this will give 80. So it's 8 times as much. That means I'm actually only going to need like 8 of these as opposed to what I needed before. I should be able to dump that in there and this, give her a bump. And I should be able to do this whole stack of iron without needing any more redstone. Saves us on quite a bit of redstone, if you ask me. So, let us go ahead and make 2 of these. We need the osmium compressor. This guy right here. And then it wants us to make this fancy refined obsidian, which is refined obsidian dust with osmium in the osmium compressor. Surprise, surprise. And we can make ourselves some stuff. So, if I place in 8 of these with some osmium, which again, we could do this with refined osmium and stuff. It doesn't matter. That is loud. I did not mean to throw that in there. Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. We got ourselves some osmium ingots. And look at that, we've almost completed Mekanism. We need the chemical crystallizer. Now, we're actually going to need 2 of these chemical crystallizers. So let's keep that in mind. We need 2 of these ultimate, or 4 of these ultimate control circuits. We have 0. 1. So I need 3 more of these. which means I have the atomic alloy that we need for it. I just need the elite control circuits, which is 2 of those, 2 of those, 4 of those. The big thing that we need, oh, is fluorite? I have fluorite. So this is the chemical crystallizer. Just like that, we have 2 of them. Nice. Nice. So the questline wants us to make the PRC, pressurized reaction chamber, which is something we are going to need. So we have almost everything that we need for it, aside from the basic chemical tanks, which we can make. Fairly simple. We don't have the dynamic tank, which is relatively easy to craft. And then the last thing we need is an enrichment chamber. And then we can craft the pressurized reaction chamber. That actually completes the whole quest because I have the flux crystals and stuff. Just wanted to wait for that. I have the flux crystals in my inventory for reasons. Now, there's more to Mekanism than just this, right? Now, let's reiterate the fact that I need, this is for power, this is from Applied Energistics, and this guy is actually from power as well. But I need my blast chiller to start making snowballs. So the only 2 things that I need from Mekanism are these guys right here, the 2 crystals. So let's go back through this. I need oxygen in a crystal or a chemical crystallizer to make Certus quartz. Oxygen we are going to get from a electrolytic separator, taking water and turning it into both oxygen and hydrogen. So the electrolytic separator is where we need to start. So for that, I need one of these, which is going to require some iron dust? Okay, we can do this. Basic crushing factory. Relatively quick. Iron dust. Make this back. There we go. There is our electrolytic separator. This is going to be the start of the machines. And, I think we're going to put it right here. Okay. I have my water source, which is going to be feeding this thing with water right here. And I think what I want to do is upgrade that guy there. We are going to then get some fluid pipes. And we are going to get ourselves the pipe upgrades. If we look at this pipe right here and we were to shift left click on this, it says transferring 50 millibuckets every tick. If we click that on there, it's now transferring 2,000. We're going to want to get ourselves a new flux point really quickly and swing around to the bottom. Instead of using this line that is right here, we're going to make a new line right here. And now this thing is separating oxygen and hydrogen. So before I even start moving the gases, which I believe hydrogen's going to come out of the left side and oxygen's going to come out of the right side, what I need to go ahead and do is get myself those speed and energy upgrades, which I already have the speed ready. And this is where we start really diving into how much power we're going to use, but Energy upgrades. It's pretty neat. This thing only uses 160 RF per tick, and now it is using, well, none. Because it has no room to output items. So I'm going to use the gas pipes from the pipes mod, and we're going to go ahead and just make a little bit of those. We are going to be separating the two different gases out like so. The first one is going to be hydrogen. The hydrogen is the one that is going to be the harder of the two, because it needs to go into a pressurized reaction chamber with water, with biofuel that will create substrate, and it will also create ethylene. So our PRC is what is going to go here. Energy, fluids, gases. And I believe we need to do that. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. So we are going to need a little bit of energy as per usual, like that. And once again, we need some more of these pipe upgrades. So I've got water. I've got hydrogen. Now we need to get the biofuel in here. We're currently locked out because of the oxygen not going anywhere. You can click this to dump excess, and then it won't fill up, which we just dumped. All of it, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine like this. This thing is full. What I need to do now is get the biofuel. The biofuel is going to be made in the crusher, which is one thing that we already actually have. And I just need 2 buckets of lava, which we can easily get. The other thing that I need to do is I need to set up some botany pots. And I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up some massive potato farms like this with our botany pots. And then we are going to take our item pipes and pipe out of these bad boys. Up into the pipe right here. That is going to be this drawer. Like so. So as these things grow and they start collecting potatoes, the potatoes will go in here. Actually, what needs to happen is this needs to be the crusher. That's what needs to happen there. Alright, I think we have it. So I have these guys making potatoes. The potatoes are then being extracted into the crusher. The crusher is crushing those potatoes. It's sending them up into this drawer, making biofuel, or it is biofuel. And then it is being pumped into this guy, which is making ethylene. So now what I should be able to do is I should be able to pump this ethylene out into the crystallizing chamber. And there it is. There it is. The ethylene is being pumped out. Did we do it? We did it. Oh my goodness, we did it. What I have to do, though, is I need to make more of these pipes, these universal pipes. because I'm using them to pull energy and water and of course items up into all of these different places. And then what I'm going to do out of here is we're going to pull the substrate with item pipes, and we're going to pull the fluix crystals into this guy, which I think I think if we just did this, like that, and that, and then items out the back. To me, this is the top, right, left, bottom, front. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, so the substrate is coming out. The substrate can actually be used to make HDPE pellets with oxygen and ethylene, and then that can be used to make HDPE sheets, and that can be used to make a bunch of different things. It's kind of the end of Mekanism. This guy, we need to make sure that we also are ejecting out of the back. And auto eject is going to be on, but I want to make sure that I have a probably a 2x2. Do we want to make a 1x2 for these guys? I think we can set up a 1x2 here and a 1x2 here, and then we will grab the tool. I'm going to set this to Certus quartz, and I'm going to set this to fluix crystals. We are going to lock this drawer, and then I need the other tool that I apparently put back in my inventory, and we are going to link this one. I'm going to go ahead and link this drawer as well, just so I can see it. And that is everything for the moment. The last thing that we should have to do is take the oxygen that is in here and go ahead and put it into here, and it should start turning this into the Certus quartz, Certus crystals. I need to go ahead and make 8 speed upgrades, which I forgot to do, and then I need to make the energy upgrades as well, so we can have this thing up to snuff. We'll throw all of this back in the inventory, and let's go ahead and turn the back of this into an output. Auto eject is going to be on. We will make sure that we set that to extract. And now all of those items are coming out. The only issue that we have is we need to dump excess. This is not... Ah, my bad. I turned off the input. So this needs to have the input of biofuel in it. We are now then creating... any excess is going to be dumped of oxygen stuff, but we are creating automatically Certus quartz crystals, and of course the fluix crystal. is being automatically put in as well. The nice thing about that now is in here, I should be able to easily get the 64 crystals that we need for this quest right here. And I should be able to get the 64 crystals relatively quickly for the other one as well. Nice. Nice. So I did need to put in the some upgrades into here. I didn't have any upgrades, and I also made sure to put the substrate in a drawer, which I placed right here. This does have a void upgrade in it, so once we have 4,000 substrate, it's just going to delete it. Same goes for everything else. This will get up to 4,000. If ever we get into that problem, we will grab an upgrade. This right here, though, we are going to put in at least this upgrade. For now, that'll get us to 8,000 if ever we get that much. Pretty neat little setup here. It's pretty clean. I like what I did here. I changed this up just a little bit. We're letting this thing run its iterations, and we are collecting all the different things from Mekanism. We have automated the Certus quartz and the Fluix quartz. What I want to do next, before we end today's episode, is I would like to go ahead and get the cast that we need for making snowballs. I would like to get our blast chiller, I believe. Yep, I believe we have one. We have a water source, tier 2. We have some fluid pipes. I think we can get this going. And I don't think we really need that many snowballs. Like, the uses for this are nothing. The uses for the snowballs, we can make like covered cables. There's the energizing stuff, and we can do a chicken. We can summon a chicken with the snowballs. We can turn snowballs back into water with the magma crucible. We can make snow. There's not a lot of things that this is used for, so I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna come down here and I think we're just gonna snag power. We're gonna go ahead and set up the water right here. We're gonna put the cast in here. We're going to accept water from that side, turn off all the other sides, and do that. This is gonna pull water in, and if we look at the thing, we need 16 charged snowballs. That's it. That's it. We need that from Powa. The singularities are from applied energistics, which we will worry about that later. This is from Powa, and the energized ingots are also from Powa. Very nice. That's literally all I need right there. I could literally just There we go. So since that is all I need, and that is everything else is looking pretty good, I think we've gone as far as we're going to go today. Well, looking through all the things that we have left to do, it's going to be fun. There's quite a bit of stuff. Powa is a fun mod to mess around with. And I'm not 100% sure all of the things with Powa. It's been a while since we played with it. Applied Energistics is going to be fun. We did turn in, of course, the couple of things that we needed to. So I think next time we are going to start down the line of Applied Energistics. Getting the charger, getting charged Certus quartz. We can get ourselves an inscriber and start making different processors. we can then get ourselves into the ME controller, the ME crafting terminal, and the ME drive. Maybe start hooking some of this stuff up. I said, and I misspoke when I said we could slim this system down. The only thing that we could really slim down is what's going on back here. We could get rid of these chests. These resource generators we really don't need. I haven't really used things except cobblestone. So I think having 2,000 of all of these resources is going to be fine. But the storage drawers themselves, I don't think we really want to get rid of these. So that is something we will need to decide later on. But one thing I did, and I messed up, was my sand generation. I actually had the limestone generator on a round robin that would send limestone back to the system, or sand to, or limestone to this chest to be turned into sand. What I need is limestone to go to this barrel through the crusher, turning it into sand, and then half of it going back to this chest and half of it going into the furnace. Now we are actually collecting sand, and we are doing good on glass. Speaking of which, I think we're to the point where it might be better for us to take glass and put it in a drawer. I do this all the time. Off camera, I will sit here and actually go through some of these storage chests. I will check out things like, why is there obsidian in there? I will organize all of this stuff and see what we have a lot of. Some things like glass, or grass, rather, we are definitely not going to be putting it into a drawer itself. Did make a lot of hardened glass, didn't we? There's more. And it looks like that's about it. I don't know why the obsidian isn't anywhere. It's fine if we just so we're gonna go ahead and lock this drawer. We're gonna link it up to the system. We are then going to look at glass. There's over 3,000 glass in the system. I will throw all of that. I don't really need. That is a downgrade. We'll put the, yeah, there we go. The rest of the glass in there. And we don't have any more of these void upgrades. But I need to make sure that the obsidian maker, which I have no idea where I even put that thing, it's no longer gonna, it's over here. I do not want the items, yeah. This guy right here, it's doing fine. Obsidian is being made. I do not want the obsidian coming into these chests. It shouldn't be. Everything is linked except for those two. And that's fine. There, we locked all the drawers just in case they weren't locked. And we're already got ourselves over 1,000 of these different quartz crystals. I'm not 100% sure how long this episode is going to be, but I think it's going to be a little bit of time because we walk through how to automate the different crystals for AE2. So Sorry if it's another long one, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, you know the routine. Leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing. Check the description down below for all the different ways to follow me. There's all the links and all the things that you could ever want down there. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.